What's going on, guys? I am back from Nintendo's Switch 2 experience in New York City, and I cannot wait to tell you all about it. Let's get started. So, let me just run through how the day went. Got to the city around 10. The venue, Center 415, is located near the Empire State Building on 34th Street and 5th Avenue. That's where Empire State Building is. The actual place itself is on 37th Street, so it's like 3 blocks up. I stopped to get coffee, hype myself up. My appointment, it was for 11:15. I'll show you guys. It's actually on Apple Wallet. Like, you could add it to your Apple Wallet. It's pretty cool. They didn't like ID me or anything. Uh, it just says Harbiscus, which is my Switch username, and usually across the board. But yeah, they didn't really like ask me to sign in or show anything. I got in line. It was like a gloomy-ish day. Thankfully, not too cold. I just wore like a light jacket. Um, there's like a line to enter the building, and there's just one or two other people in front of me. It turned 11 o'clock, which is 15 minutes before the entry time. I went in. There was like security. Those things where you could just walk through, and if it like beeps, that's when you step to the side. It didn't beep, thank God. I go in, I open up my bag. They do like a little quick look, like I'm checking, kind of like that RDC World skit. So after checking in, scanning the QR code, they put a like little wristband on me. It was like a colored one. It's just to kind of like monitor what group I was in. I think everyone in my group had the same colored wristband. It was like a sky blue. So like Switch 2 experience. And then they gave me a little lanyard. So this is the lanyard. Yeah, it's a nice little lanyard. We got to keep it. And then they gave us a little badge. This Switch 2 experience. New York attendee. On the back of that badge is a big QR code to their product page for the Switch 2. And it's like a nice little hard plastic. And then there's the little gameplay passport where you could like get initials for the games you played. If you got all 6, you get a little prize at the end, but they give it to everyone, so you didn't have to play all 6 games. But I love this badge, and it's like, it means the world to me. It's so sentimental because it's like a reminder that I got a chance to play the Switch 2. I was chosen, and it's gonna be like a family heirloom now. Like, it's gonna be passed on from generation to generation. This right here. Thank you, Nintendo. You made this possible. Thank you so much. I'm gonna frame it. It's nice. No, it's like an actual, like, it's a good plastic. It's not like paper. So I wish they gave us a pin. They did not give us a pin, but it would have been nice if they gave us a pin. I'm a pin guy, but I also collect my badges and stuff. I also brought my custom little badge I usually bring to like cons and stuff, but didn't really use it because I was so focused with everything else. So they go in. It's cool. I enter the main lobby area, and it's a big room with like a bunch of booths to the left side where it's like check-in, and on the right side there's people lined up. So I checked in. They scanned the QR code. It's cool. I wish I asked though if I could have brought a friend. I never got to find out if I could bring a friend or not. Some people brought like their kids and stuff, but I'm assuming not all of them have Nintendo accounts. I don't know, but that would have been good to find out. Anyways, I get in line. It turns about 11:15. For some reason, iOS 18 is so buggy, even on the 16 Pro. Even launching the camera app is like overwhelming sometimes. I have no idea why. I'm switching between the camera app, the default camera app, and the Insta360 Flow 2 Pro app. Because I'm using the gimbal sometimes using the regular camera. Anyways, I get some footage of that. I'm going in. I'm trying to do a good balance of like recording and like actually hands-on time. So it's me and probably like, I would say like maybe 40 people. It's like an even-ish number, maybe 44, 46, something like that. maybe it's like 48. Uh, anyways, uh, there was a good chunk of people. We go into a bigger room where it's like all Switch branded, and on the sides are these cases. One side there are cases of like all the Switch 2 hardware. I don't think I saw the camera, but it was like the whatever's coming in the Switch 2 box. You have the Switch 2, Joy-Con grip, and it's like oriented in different ways. And then on the other side, it is the Switch 2 all lined up. There's like 4 or 5 Switch 2s, and people are like essentially lined up to like go ahead and try holding the Switch 2. These models don't turn on. It's just the hardware. They're kind of just showcasing. They're kind of showcasing how the Joy Cons and the stand, the new stand, kind of like work. They have rubber feet at the bottom, like the Switches, which is really nice. So if you could like push down, it doesn't like wobble or anything. So if you're on like a plane and like there's jet lag or something, right? Your Switch isn't gonna like go flying or anything like that. It's just gonna be there. Uh, the stand was good. It's not like the regular Switch stand, and I'm sure it's comparable to the OLED version. I mean, this one obviously was like just like this. The other one was like it's like this thin, and it goes around like a U. So it's like it saves more space than the other one. So I tried it. I tried out the Joy Cons as well. The Joy Cons feel so good, dude. Holding it in my hand for the first time was so nice. It felt so good. It was like the right weight. It felt like a premium product. Something about the metals. It was like kind of cold. It was awesome. I loved holding it for the first time. I cannot. I'm going to play this in handheld so much because of my commutes back and forth from work. Even like just hanging out like here or like just before I go to sleep or something. It's so nice. I cannot wait to be playing on it. The screen looks beautiful. But before we get there, anyways, we stayed in that area for like 15 or 20 minutes. So like 11:15 to like 11:35 ish, maybe I want to say. We stayed in that area. Afterwards, sorry, before we get to the next area, they asked us to like pair up into like groups of 2, because the next section there were booths of 2. So I just I saw a hand. I just went to the closest hand. Me and this other person, we grouped up and we went to play Mario Kart World together. So everyone's in pairs, and this is kind of like the intro part. This is, I think, another 20 minutes. So from like 11:35 to 11:55, it's just this. So we go in. They teach us about the Switch in the Joy-Con grip mode and in handheld mode. So they let us play a race with the grips, and then either it was at the grips, yeah, I think it was the Joy-Con grips, and then the second race was using the grips attached to the console. This is the first time I'm using the screen to play the console, and it just vibrant, so colorful. It's so nice. Oh my gosh, it's it's hard to describe. It feels just right. Like I'm like pretty nitpicky. Like I feel like I could definitely tell when like a display is bad or something like that. But like definitely compared to like the current OG Switch, you guys are like in for a treat. Like it is so nice having that bright display, the high refresh rate display. Um, I don't remember if Mario Kart goes up to 120 or if it stays at once. Oh, sorry, if it stays at 60. But it just felt so good. So first race, Joy-Con grip. Second race, uh, Joy-Cons attached to the screen, and then third race we did back on the Joy-Con grip. Played a game. We just got familiar with the racing and stuff, and it was fun. It was a good time. I love the guy that I was talking to. Every employee that I was talking to was so chill. So much fun to talk to. I could just talk to them all day. Actually, talked more than actually playing probably. So that was cool. So 20 minutes goes by. It's like 11:55. Now we're going to the second room. It's upstairs now. Same thing with with the duo buddy. And this is cool. It's like a little adventure. It's kind of like the next level. So the first section, the first game area was just an intro. The second game area, more booths are set up, and the room is kind of split in half. And there's 24 TVs and Switch 2s on one side, and then 24 switches and TVs on another side. The TVs are so nice, by the way. They're like top of the line, OLED, super thin border, like HDR 4K. Like it's 4K, HDR, and OLED. Dude, these TVs must cost a fortune for all of them. So I can't even imagine how many TVs there are, because there was like probably 50 on the first level in the first room, and probably like another 50 in the second room. Like, come on. And then I'll talk about the last room later, but that's insane. Anyways, the thing with the second room is now we know how to play the game. We're gonna play a different mode now. It's essentially like, you know how Fall Guys, each round you're like cutting off players. That's the same thing. Once you hit a certain lap, you have to be in the first like X amount of places in order to like pass. So this is like our group of 24 we're all playing together. So it was an elimination match essentially. And then the Nintendo employee next to me was like, I really want you to win. I'm super competitive. You know, no one at my booth has won yet. I'm like, so what was the highest place they got? He's like, second place. I'm like, holy shit. So I have to win to beat that. I'm like, maybe I could like one up them. So it's like a little bit higher, but no, it was pretty funny. So I'm not the best at Mario Kart. Empire TV could have probably done a lot, could definitely have done a lot better than I, but I kind of know the basics. I'm not an aggro player. I'm just chilling usually. He's coaching me the whole way. I think unfortunately the person, like my duo partner, was knocked out earlier on. So it's just me being watched by two people with so much pressure trying to make it to the end. And I was doing like silly mistakes too. Usually, you guys know how I play. Sometimes I'm not like always there when I'm playing. But it was be in the first 20. Okay, easy. Be in the first 16. Okay, slightly less easy. I was sometimes first, and then I would like throw the lead somehow and get back to like almost getting kicked out. And then right before like it would do the cutoff, I would somehow make it and go back to like in the top 3. I did that for like 24th, 20th, I think 16th, 8th, and then it was top 4, and then it was just 4 racers for the end. So the 4th race was kind of like getting the crown essentially for like Fall Guys. There's no more like top 2 after that. So I was in the top 4 somehow. I was playing either as Mariachi Waluigi or as the cow. I don't remember. Or I could have been Bowser. I think I was Bowser because I was Mariachi Waluigi on the first room, and then I was I was the cow again in the second or third race for the other room, for the first room still, third race, first room. So I think I was Bowser. So I was just like fucking around. I wasn't like doing anything like serious. I wasn't like picking my cart seriously. It was 100cc, so it felt a little slow, but it was still fine. But I was having fun. This was it was intense. Unfortunately, I ended up 4th, but that was way better than I would have ever thought of like getting. It was so cool. It was fun time. The employee that was working there, what a bro. He was coaching me the whole time. It was kind of like playing MLG, like a competitive ass match, and it was really cool. It was a ton of fun. Would do it again. Okay, first room was kind of like intro. Second room was like a little bit more serious. It was cool how they took like 48-ish people, and they were like split off, and they were both doing their own set of like 24 elimination rounds. I loved it. That was so cool. Now, for the third room, this is like almost close to the final room. So I think it was 11:15, 11:35, 11:55. So around noon, we go up to this third room. And this third room is like every game is like available. and we could play whatever we want. Uh, there was a ton of games there. There was Hades 2, there's Yakuza, uh, there was uh, that wheelchair racing game. There was Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Mm, there was Harry Potter. Uh, what else was there? There was Metroid. I played Metroid, and just a few other games there. It was nice. It was This was mixed with like other groups as well. So the groups before us, that was like ahead of us essentially. Uh, they were with us in the same room. So maybe it was like 3 or 4 groups. So maybe it's like 150, 200 people. There was a lot of games with like a lot of booths. Oh, Mario Party was there, and everyone was just testing things out. Each game you tried, you'd get like a little initial or a stamp, and the goal was they wanted you to play as many games as you could. Everyone was cool. I started off with Metroid. I wanted to try out the mouse and the other controller. I'm not much of a mouse guy. As you guys know, I'm just more controller. And it was also my first time playing Metroid. It wasn't bad. I wasn't like amazing or anything. I still beat the boss. Even beating the boss, I had like this much health left, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, you're really cutting it close." I cut it close to like everything. It was pure adrenaline mode each time I was playing something. The feeling of playing on the mouse was so smooth. I think it was a 1080, 120 frames per second gameplay. I think that's what they set it to. Because I asked them if it was OLED, the TVs, and they said yeah. But I think they were trying to showcase the 120 hertz, even though technically it wasn't handheld, it was docked. But it was super buttery smooth. Metroid looked amazing. I sucked at it. Still a fun game. I might buy it though. I know Dan is a big Metroid guy, but it felt smooth. Trying to not use the right thumbstick on the right Joy-Con was interesting. I had to like redo my muscle memory a little bit, but it was cool. It was fine. It was good. They said you could use it on your pants, so like if I'm sitting here and I don't want to like lock in, I could just like do it. I think on my leg, on my thigh, I guess, and it should be working really well. The Joy-Cons are bigger. Uh, the triggers are bigger. Um, but they're not like so big where you're like, oh my gosh, it's like a full-fledged controller. No, like they're still Joy-Cons, right? It's not like a full-fledged controller. I might I might get I might use the grip that comes with my D brand kill switch case, which I'm so excited to get. I will be doing an unboxing for that. Uh, for more, comfort on the Joy Cons. It was good though. It was great, and in handheld, it'll be fantastic as well. I do recommend everyone, if you guys do get the Switch 2, to get like one of those grip cases so you can have some like oomph here on the side. I know there's a bunch of places that have cases. I know Genki will have cases. I know D brands can have cases, but it's just something to like prevent that carpal tunneling if you could. But it was a fun time. Then what did I play? I think I played Harry Potter next. Harry Potter was cool. Oh yeah, no, I didn't play Harry. Yeah, I did Hogwarts Legacy. Played Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy was cool. Visually speaking, I would much rather play it on my Xbox or PlayStation. I don't know what the Switch 1 version looked like. I think I saw some clips of people memeing on it. I don't think uh if you had the choice to play it on the other consoles or even PC, I recommend doing it there because it was fine. It was definitely playable. I think it was definitely locked to like 30ish. I think texture wise and like graphically it was a lot better. Frame rate was like definitely on the lower end. I wouldn't say it was like dropping or anything. But it was nice. It was really funny. I've never played Hogwarts Legacy before, and I got to this. It was like this part of the demo where I accidentally broke like the bridge, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I accidentally fell off. And this little kid like walked next to me, and he's like, "Oh, you got to do it this way." And then we waited for it to load, and I got to the bridge again, and I had to rebuild the bridge. And it was him and I think his brother that were showing me how to do it. So that was cool. Gamers are so cool. I love gamers, dude. Complete stranger. Little kid was like, "Hey, listen, this is what you're supposed to do." Shout out to that kid, dude. That guy was cool. I think they have it on their Xbox, they said. But I'm really glad they had a chance to play the Switch too. So that was good. I went to Hades after that. I was spending a lot of time recording, by the way. I spent a lot of time recording, just getting the vibe. I know I'm gonna be getting the Switch 2 in like a few at launch, so I wasn't too like, oh, I gotta play everything. I wanted to take pictures. I wanted to, talk to people. Chatting up the people I was with, the employees that were with me. I talked to some guy in the marketing team there. I told him that they're doing a fantastic job. I love the Switch 1's marketing cycle. I hope the Switch 2 is going to be even better. It was just a good ass time talking to them. And then I got to the Hades one. That was like my last one. I had to line up by 1:20. So I think it was about like an hour, a little over an hour in that room where I could play any other game I wanted to. Played Hades. Hades was cool. It ran really nice. It was a fun game. It felt fine. The Switch could handle it just fine. Mario Kart World also looked very, very good, by the way. It was so nice. So many characters, so much customization. That's going to be, even if it is $80, it's going to be one of those staple games. Hopefully it goes on sale at some point. I cannot wait to be at like cons and stuff, or like when people get together, play like all those 24 player races. Everyone's on their own Switch and everything. That is what I'm looking forward to the most. I think that experience right there is going to be so fun, so amazing. And the Switch 2 is going to be able to do that. Hades 2 was cool. We wrap up. The place was packed, by the way. Not like overly packed. They did a great job cycling people like in and out. The way it was structured was very, very well done. I think it was probably like not like me going there. I didn't feel like, oh my gosh, like I feel like this isn't enough. It was more than enough. It was about like, I left the place around 1:50. So it was like 11ish to 1:50. That's like almost 2 hours. Really, it's more like 11:15 to 1:45. So it's like 90 minutes. More than enough. The pacing was really well. Everyone had a chance to play together at the same time to get a taste of what the Switch 2 was like. They had a chance to play with it, this and that. And then at the end, where like it was like a free room 3, that was fantastic too. 10 out of 10. It was really awesome. Shout out to Nintendo for doing such a tremendous job setting up the venue. It was Center 415. Anyway, so after that, at 1:20, we had to line up. And there was one final room. And this was room 4. Room 4 contained Donkey Kong, the new 3D Donkey Kong, and we got 20 more minutes with that. So from like 1:20 to 1:40, that's what we did. Everyone had their own controller and their own Switch. It was like one employee for us, and like he was monitoring like 2 people, kind of like guiding us, giving us tips and tricks and like chatting with us. Such a cool vibe. It was great. He was talking to me about like the level design, how it's like they're also marketing the game essentially, right? It's like, you could kind of play your own way. There's so many different ways of getting from objective to objective. There's cool secrets and treasures over there that you could essentially just do whatever you want to get there. And essentially, for those who haven't seen the Donkey Kong gameplay from the Direct, you can like go down if you want, or you can like punch around. You could like pick up rocks and like slide around. It was really cool. The map level design is great. I never played Odyssey. I might now on the Switch 2. I've seen gameplay though, plenty of gameplay. Definitely giving those kind of vibes. It was a fun time. Frame rate, the textures were great. The art style does a good job pushing the quality to be what it is without it like feeling like, oh my gosh, oh it's like it's jarring where I'm like smashing everything and like all the particle effects of me collecting a lot of bananas is too much, or the gold, or like I'm digging down and like the game is struggling to keep up. No, it wasn't like that at all. Really well optimized game. It's a first party game from Nintendo, and it's a launch-ish title. It's in July, I think. They're knocking it out of the park. They have to. That was the final thing. The guy was really cool as well. Everyone throughout, all the Nintendo employees were so chill, so nice. I played it for 20 minutes. I had a good time. The guy next to me doing something completely different from what I was doing. So it was, kind of like the player experience, right? You're also expressing like how you want to play and what you're doing with that. So I kind of just did things I normally wouldn't do just to explore as much as I could in this demo. And, I dug down, I dug all around, making circles and stuff. It was cool. It was a great experience. And I was playing on the Pro controller, which I wanted to come back to. Pro controller feels really, really nice. This is the current Pro controller. The new one was also felt good. The first one feels good too, don't get me wrong. The second one felt a little bit more like heft as well, similar to how the Switch 2 feels. It was really nice holding it. This top part is white here. It's not much of a difference. Listen, I'm not even saying you guys should go out and buy it immediately ASAP. You really don't need to, especially if you have this controller right here. Unless you're going to be using that chat button, unless you're going to be using the 3.5mm headset. Unless you're doing those things, save your money. Or if you don't have one at all, like you really do not need it. It did feel good though. I thought it was a good experience. The Switch controller Pro controller has always been a good part of the console, and I really do recommend it. Should you throw out this one for that one? I don't think so, but if you need the latest and greatest, sure, go for it. Buttons felt great. Everything about this, like, it's evolutionary, not revolutionary. Same thing with the Switch. That's like the whole theme of this console so far. So demo's over. It's like 140. There is a fifth room that's like the exit, and they gave us a goodie bag, which is like right there. Hold on, I'll bring it. It's like this Switch 2 branded book bag. It's not like super like duper high quality or anything. It's like, it's good. Like they obviously have to like mass produce it, but they didn't have to do this. This is like a nice thing to remember the event by. This was really nice. Like you can unbuckle these. It's like a flap up there, and you open it. You can put like your laptop if you want, or a Switch. I don't know if like this is specifically made for the Switch too, but it's got some good stuff. And there's like a zip right here. You got your little water bottle holder on the sides. Nothing on the back though. It's cool. It's nice. Thank you, Nintendo. This is so awesome. Great way to market it as well. Everyone, I was playing Pokemon Go after, and a guy I was talking to, he also had this on, and we were talking about the Switch too. But good marketing. People will now know in New York City, the Switch 2 is coming. It's a thing. It's happening. So I left back downstairs into the lobby. So it's kind of like a big loop. You go in. So it's the lobby. Then it's the intro, like to the Switch room. Then it's the play Mario Kart World for the first time. Then it's the elimination race with Mario Kart World upstairs. Then it's the big room where you can play any game you want. Then it's the DK room. And then it's the pick up your book bag room, and you go back downstairs and you're back to the lobby. So it's like 7-ish rooms altogether. It was a great experience. I thought I had a lot of fun. I think that was really, really cool. I don't know how many people signed up for the lotto and what the percentage of people that got it was. I am so thankful that I got a chance to experience it. I don't think I'll ever forget about it. This was awesome. I know it sounds cheesy, but it was nice. I had such a good time. Oh yeah, they gave us a sticker too. Boom. I'm not much of a sticker guy. I'm a pin guy. But that was cool. I got the lanyard. I got the badge. I got the little passport thing. I got a sticker. I got a book bag. Maybe I'll give it to my mom. I don't know if my mom likes book bags. But it was cool. It was so nice. I had such a pleasant time. I was exhausted after that because I brought my like tripod and gimbal and mics. I didn't end up using the mics. I just recorded. I'd put the gimbal on the desk, have it record. I'd be like, hey, you guys cool with recording? Being recorded and stuff. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. So I was just rocking that. It was so cool. But I did get tired standing for like almost 2 hours. Uh, that was a valid being tired. There was a little protest outside happening on Fifth Avenue, so I skirted around to 42nd, picked up some Chipotle, then went to my office for a nice, relaxing kind of meal, and I ate it super chill. I was just vibing, dude. I really like where my office is located, and there's like no one else there. There's like one other guy there. I was gonna record this video in the office cafeteria area, but there was one other guy there working. I'm like, damn. I think it worked out though, because that way I just ate. I was relaxed. I was chilling, and I was having a good time. The Chipotle was great. I'm gonna put up maybe a time lapse of me eating my very delicious Chipotle. After that, I washed up. I went into my office thing. I cleaned my hands because I just could touch controller to controller to controller. Um, I had to make sure my hands were clean. I ate, uh, caught up in notifications, uh, played some Pokemon Go, went upstairs to my actual office, made a quick, what did I have? Cappuccino? I think I had a cappuccino. Hung out there for a little bit. It was like rainy. It was like foggy outside. It was a good vibe. It was Pokemon Go Mega Raid Day for Audino, and Audino got its Mega Form released. I played all throughout Bryant Park up until Grand Central. That's like my route. That's been my route, and it's a very popular route, I think. A lot of people end up staying at Grand Central. Grand Central has like 3 or 4 gyms, or 5 gyms in the proximity, so people usually hang out there. Some guy, a community ambassador, pulled up. He was like, yo, you could tell when someone's playing Pokemon Go if they're like hooked up to their portable charger and they're doing this. So we kind of grouped up together and we played Pokemon Go, got some Mega Energy, Mega Evolved Audino, and I hung out with the other people in that community. It was cool. It was a great day. I am so glad I had the chance to play. Like I said, can't wait to edit and put this video up for you guys. Coming up, we'll see what's going on with the Switch 2 pre-orders. I still want to get it day one. I'm probably not going to get anything Switch 2 exclusive. I'm probably not going to get World. I'm probably not going to get DK or anything like that. I'm just getting it to play all the Switch 1 games I've been putting off at a higher resolution, frame rate, etc., etc. Legends ZA for Pokemon is probably going to be the first game I end up buying for the Switch 2, but we're going to have a bunch of stuff coming out. Unboxing, debrand, case, all that good stuff. I'm streaming on Twitch, usually in the night times. Check out Twitter for the schedules. We're on Discord, we're on Twitch. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed my little day experiencing the Switch 2. Hope you guys have a good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you guys are. Like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see some more. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.